Hi there. Welcome to Chapter 4 of your Lite system training session. In this chapter, we will cover personnel and user setup. To add new or edit existing technicians in TechMan, hover over the Personnel tab and select All Personnel. Here we can see all existing technicians listed with the option to edit each on the right-hand side. However, let's start by adding a new technician. Click on the blue plus icon on the top left-hand side. First, select the site for the technician and enter their first and last name. A login number is required, however. This feature won't be required unless you have the advanced or pro level of TechMan. We have the option to add an hourly rate for the technician. This will now be visible when using the job cell, cost and profit graphic on a job and displays via a technician column. Next, let's ensure that Show on Calendar is ticked in order to view this technician on your calendar and be able to assign labor to them. Additionally, Enabled will be ticked by default. If you'd like this technician to display on the calendar, but not necessarily factor into the availability for bookings, then you can tick Ignore Available Hours. This is great for examples where you have an owner or management that can assist with technician work, but might not be consistently available. Show in Current States will display the technician names on the right-hand side of your dashboard screen, but the features associated with this will only be apparent on the pro level of TechMan. Let's set up the personnel working hours next. We have the option to adjust the start and end time per day and the ability to copy this to the whole week. The auto checkout time is only applicable on the pro level of TechMan. On the right-hand side, we can allocate break hours or specific break times. This will display on your calendar and adjust your hours of availability accordingly. Once you're happy with the setup, simply scroll down and click Save to confirm. Before anyone can log into the TechMan system, they'll need to be set up as a user. So let's run through how this can be done. First, hover over the Settings tab and then click on Users. To add a new user, click on New User in the top right corner, or you can use the blue plus icon in the top left. Either works. We'll begin by entering a first name and last name. In this example, let's put John Smith. Then create a username. A good format to follow is firstname.last name, but you can customize this however you'd like. Next, make sure you give the user a strong password. Adding an email address is important too. It allows the user to reset their password easily if they forget it. After that, select the default site for this user. If your business only has one location, you will only see one option here. Then set the default dashboard version to Digital Kanban board, Day. Now choose which sites this user will have access to. If they only need access to one site, just select that. You'll also want to decide which site should send them alerts. Next, we have user alert permissions. This section allows you to select which alerts a user will be able to see. Let's run through them. Please be advised. You can set alerts, however, this becomes relevant on the advanced and pro levels of TechMan. First, there's the display note alert. This shows up when a user has created a dashboard note with an alert set. It will appear for the user it was created for. Then there's the display job status red alert. This will display when a technician has used 100% of the allotted time on a job. You can adjust this in your alert settings. Similarly, the display job status amber alert appears when a technician has used 80% of the allotted time on a job, and this can also be adjusted in your settings. The display job status alert will notify the user if a technician has moved a job to on hold or work complete using the terminal. Next, we have the display check sheet alert. This is triggered when a technician completes a check sheet, and the user will receive an alert. With the display job note alert, if a technician adds a job note in TechView, it will show up as an alert for the user. The display state alert notifies the user whenever a technician changes their state. If there's a stock transfer updated between sites, the display stock transfer updated alert will show up for the user. Likewise, if a note is added to a stock transfer, the display stock transfer note alert will notify the user. When a new stock transfer is actioned to another site, the display new stock transfer alert will appear. The display video alert is triggered when a video is uploaded in TechView by a technician. The user will receive an alert for this as well. And finally, the Display Customer Authorized Work Alert lets the user know when a customer has authorized an estimate via the Estimate portal. Now moving on to user permissions, and there are quite a few to choose from. The Set System Settings permission enables the user to make changes to the system's current setup. For example, how your vehicle reminders are configured or how message templates are edited. Manage Users allows this user to create and manage other users in your TechMan system, including editing, the very permissions we're looking at right now. With Managing Personnel, the user can make changes to existing technician setups. This might include adjusting their working hours or changing how their name appears in your calendar. The adding lines below. Cost permission allows users to set a selling price lower than the product's cost price when working on a job. Sell below minimum markup gives users the ability to bypass the minimum markup set in your system settings. It also allows them to override markups applied to specific categories and subcategories. If a user can see reports, they'll be able to generate reports in TechMan, including sales and accounting reports. Can Create Returns allows users to generate returns for products that have been received in, particularly when tracking parts through purchase orders. Can Refund enables users to process and create refunds. With Can View Alerts, it's important to note that users won't receive alert notifications, including alerts for any notes that were specifically created for them. Can Manage Accounts provides access to the Accounts tab. This includes features like statements, departments, nominal codes, and tax codes. Can Manage Stock gives the user access to the stock management options under the Products tab. From there, they'll be able to manually adjust stock levels. Can Access Workshop allows the user to access the workshop area. Can Access Car Sales enables the user to view and use the car sales dashboard. Please note that, as compared to the Advanced and Pro levels of TechMan, Car Sales does not come as standard with the Lite package. However, this can be added as a bolt-on. Can Access Parts Only Sales allows the user to use the Parts Only Sales option from the Dashboard tab. With this, they can create jobs and generate invoices specifically for products. If Can Edit Dashboard Calendar is enabled, the user will be able to manage and make changes to the dashboard calendar. Can Amend Invoice Date allows the user to change the invoice date after a job has been invoiced. Can Uninvoice gives permission to reverse or undo an invoice once it's been generated. Can Edit Account Customers means the user can edit and update details for account customers. Can Sign Off Check Sheets allows the user to sign off check sheets that have been completed by technicians. Again, this is for the Advanced and Pro levels of TechMan. Can Sign Off Videos enables the user to review and approve any videos that have been recorded. With Can Send Bulk Emails, users can send out bulk communications, for instance, emailing multiple invoices to the same customer. Can Override Technician Hours gives the user the ability to adjust a technician's logged hours. Can Edit Technician States enables users to create or edit technician states which are used within Terminal. This, of course, is for Pro TechMan packages. Can Delete Purchase Order Products gives permission to remove products from a purchase order once a purchase order has been created. Can Add to Associated Purchase Orders allows the user to add items to already created purchase orders. Can Manage Suppliers and Depots grants access to the Suppliers and Depots section in the Products tab. From there, users can create new suppliers or edit existing ones. Can Manage Labour Units gives the user access to the Labour Units area under the Jobs tab, letting them edit existing labour units or create new ones. And finally, Can Change Tax and Nominal Codes allows the user to access the Nominal Codes and Tax Codes options in the Accounts tab. They'll be able to edit existing entries or create new ones. Once you've gone through all these settings and chosen what's right for the user, just save your changes. They'll then be able to log in and start using TechMan with all the access they need. Thanks for watching. For further assistance, feel free to visit our help centre to reach out to our support team. We're always here to help.